Hey everyone, I'm Josh of JHS, and I'm here with the Mr. Paul Moak at the Smokestack in Nashville. And I met Paul sometime last year. We started talking. He recorded a local Kansas City artist, came by and visited, fell in love with his place and what he does, found out you did a bunch of records that I enjoy and a lot of the JHS guys enjoy, like Leland, Matt Kearney, Joy Williams. So what's some other stuff?
Lovedrug,
Yeah.
Mark Broussard, Gabe Dixon.
Cool. Lots of other cool stuff too. But yeah, we shipped out the initial 500 units. He's been playing around with them. He's got a band in here now, and he's had some time just to explore them and just initially talk about that, unboxing them, and just how did you put them to work and what do you think so far?
Well, it's been extremely easy. You know, for me, I will always consider myself a guitar player, so to have a 500 series rack in the producer world, you know, where I could just grab a knob and turn it has been really easy to get used to them. It's been amazing. So the stuff, we've really put through the paces, and I'm excited to show you, you know, the different ways that we've been using it.
That's cool. Well, we're gonna basically hand it over to Paul, and he's just gonna go through some applications of how he's been using them, real candid, and hope it gives you some inspiration and understanding into what the 500 units can do. So here we go.
So what we're gonna do is show you all of these 500 series JHS units, and I've kind of had a week to play around with them. We're gonna show you some of the stuff that we found really exciting with them in the studio. Before I do that, I want to tell you just basically how we've been running things. I've been tracking a band live here at the Smokestack, and so we have all the musicians out on the floor, and we'll generally, you know, mic up their instruments, come to some of the preamps, maybe add some compression, use some other preamps, however, into some of the effects units, and all that's been going live to tape, which we then transfer into Pro Tools. But we also have been using these in post-production, basically after we track, sending things out of Pro Tools into some of the gear just to continue to process things. And some of the highlights of this week were the color boxes, just amazing preamp. Pretty much we put those on ribbon mics out in the room in front of the drums that we'll let you hear in a minute. And they haven't left from that spot because they sound really good. The air band on the ribbon mics just really allow them to open up, and we get a lot of body out of the low end of the EQ, and the preamp just sounds fantastic on the transients of the drums. And so moving down, the pulp and peel we've used on a ton of different things. One of my favorites was actually plugging a microphone into the instrument input and just cranking the gain and distortion to kind of get a lo-fi vocal sound, which we then sent to the Panther Cub. And the Panther Cub we've been using on everything from guitars to keys to, we just tracked a song on today that had bass on it. And it was kind of a dub island feel, and so we put a slapback delay on the bass amp to tape that sounded fantastic. The Emperor, which is a type of penguin, which I learned this week as well. We'd done a lot of post-processing on guitar where we'd record a guitar part, and we just wanted it to sound a little more special, and so we put it through this with just a slight bend of the curve, I guess, if you will, and really sounded awesome on guitars. The Kodiak here, the Tremolo we've used on guitars a lot, and a few vocal things, and then the Superbolt, we put bass through it to overdrive the bass, and we actually just plugged the guitar in today straight in to get that kind of blowing up the mic preamp on a board kind of vibe, which you can also do with the color box, but this just sounded very Beatle-y, if you will. And so we're gonna walk you through some of those things now. So let's start with the color box. All right, so the band's out there, they're tracking the song, and we've got a pair of ribbon mics about 15 feet in front of the kit on the left and right side of the room, and they're going through the color box, and just really nice sound once we gain it up. And what I really liked about it is this air band on the ribbons really brings out the top end air of the kit without the harshness of the cymbals. And then I really wanted to hear the kick. And so what we did was we brought that out with this bass cue, kind of found where it was resonating and dial that in. So take a listen to that. Okay guys, now that we've tracked our drums through the color box, we're going to process it by bussing out of Pro Tools into a pair of pulp and peels to show you how the compression and the distortion circuit works. Okay, so what you're hearing right now is the drums have been recorded through these color box preamps, the room mics. And so what we're going to do is add some compression from the pulp and peels, which is really more like kind of an infinite level lock, kind of like the old Shure level locks, if you will. So I'm going to dial in some of the compression and hear it start to get darker and bring it out. So that sounds nice, and then it's also got a distortion circuit built in. You can pop that in, really start to get some cool lo-fi blown up drum sounds. Okay, so what we got here is the Emperor, and we're running a Rhodes that Grady's playing right now through it, and we're gonna see what it sounds like with a little vibrato. Just to kind of make the sound move a little bit. Let's try a little chorus. Okay, so what we got here is the Super Bolt, and we've taken Grady's old Epiphone and plugged it straight into the front of the 500 series unit, and we're just going to blow up his guitar for this part. So go ahead, buddy. So for the Kodiak Tremolo, we've taken Grady's guitar from the tracking, and we're going to put some tremolo on it, see how it sounds. So we got a nice triangle wave going. We can get real aggressive with it too. All right, a lot of you guys have heard the Panther Cub in its pedal form, but usually through, guitar, obviously. So today we're going to show you what the 500 series sounds like on a vocal.
I can't see which way
So right now we got it set on a pretty short slap, and I'm going to pull the EQ back just so the tails are a little bit warmer.
No way of really knowing. All I thought was true is flipping on its head. I can't see
Now we're gonna go back to the slap.
which way I'm going. I can't, I guess I'll follow you down. There's no
Increase some
way
modulation.
of really knowing what's next. I'll try to wrap my head around.
Thanks everyone for watching. I hope that you've learned some ways to use the 500 series gear, and hope you're inspired to make good music. And thanks to JHS for letting me get my hands on this thing.
Thanks for being a part, showing us, and just, doing what you do. It's fantastic. If you guys are looking to record, I would highly advise contacting Paul, checking out the smokestack here. It's a beautiful space, just killer gear everywhere, and his experience, pretty fantastic combo of things. So thanks so much for hanging around. Check Paul's work out for sure, and have a great day.